I'm going to show you how to create a to-do app with vibe coding AI tools with React Native, of course. And this is a to-do app, and I can go in there and I have lists already. I can edit them, I can delete them, and so on. Most of the web is made of JavaScript, and this is important for our AI. So JavaScript has been done for decades now, and that's a ton of data for the AI. Whereas something like Kotlin or Jetpack Compose has been around for a few years, for 5 years, so the data set's smaller. And also in React Native, there's more libraries, and that means there's more pre-built code. So you have to code less. And overall, compared to other tech stacks, React Native has less code in my experience, especially compared to Android development. The first step is to have a picture. You can reverse engineer an app if you wanted to, so you can grab screenshots of another app even if you wanted to reverse engineer it. You could, I don't know, grab pictures of Uber or other to-do lists. Google has a to-do list. Microsoft has a to-do list. You can take screenshots of that and give it to the AI. So this right here, what I have is screenshots of my Android app that I'm working on, and I want to reverse engineer it into React Native. So we're gonna give it to Gemini. The reason I like Gemini is because you can put in pictures. Sometimes I just give the pictures to the AI and see what happens, but you want to give it clear directions. You need to tell it that, like for example in our app, that this first screenshot is the list of the lists. So when you put a new list, like a home to-do list, you can click on it. You need to tell it that you click on it, and that will open the next screen with a list of things to do. And you tell it that it has an edit button. What happens when you click the edit button? What happens when you click the X button? What happens when you click the strike through? So you want to be as clear as possible. I uploaded the pictures. I'm gonna tell it this is a to-do app. I want it in React Native. It will be a list of lists on one screen. For example, it will have the list app. When I click on the app, it will open another view or screen where it will have a list related to the app. When I click delete, it will delete the item, and when clicking the edit, it will edit the list. Also, when I hit the checkbox, I will be able to, it will strike through. It will strike through. And you also want maybe like a day and night. Make sure that there is night theme or day theme. The screenshots is for night theme. What else? I think that should be, oh well, so we're gonna do it in Vim. So I'm gonna tell it, tell me how to make the files in Vim, what their name should be. Okay, that should be a good prompt. Let's do it. It's being weird. I'm gonna tell it to tell me how to create the project in React Native. And React. There we go. So this is a little bit better. It's telling me how to create the expo and CD into it, what packages I need to install, and what files need to go where. So I'm gonna do that right now. So I open my terminal. We're going to go ahead and follow the directions it's telling me. The first thing it told me to do was to create the to-do app with Create Expo. So now we're going to cd into it, my app, and then we need to install some navigation and icons from the framework. So I'm just going to copy and paste. It's going to take a minute. I was able to get the app working just like a bare bones. You have to really play with it. So like the directory was off, I had to tell it that what Expo version I was using because it was confused on the directory. So just things to keep in track for the prompt to add. At the end, I'll probably add a master prompt to this. So right now, I would tell the AI, hey, I need you to put an input field here, a button, more rows, and all the functionality I told it. And I did it on the previous one. I'm gonna stop here, just as a proof of concept. So at the end, you should ask the AI if you had to redo the prompt, what would be the best results, and it gave me like a bulleted version of what I should do. And I can probably still, I obviously I still need to add things like the input and the button, but this is for AI by AI. So if I copy this and start a new chat, it should give me better results. So we're basically engineering prompt, and it's a big deal. And I did ask before. I'm just asking right now that what would be like some of the pain points that people are complaining about in Reddit, and maybe it would be like functionalities that we can add to our to-do app if we wanted to make the best to-do app. I searched it before. I had like talk with the AI. It said customization. It also said like input, exporting and importing like data sets, like either a CSV or, and also like having it work with a calendar and having like reminders, and also if it's repetitive. And another thing it did say was maybe have it like you have it in two different devices and I can share it with somebody else. Uh, that that gets to a different level. It wouldn't be just like you would have to deal with a cloud, and for you to do that, you will need Node.js and JavaScript and WebSockets and probably talk to some database, and that'll be like the cloud. That'll be like the premium feature. There, you can also look at apps in the market and see what the price one is, and you could even try to reverse engineer them, and you could probably see how much money they're making a month, and eat their lunch and steal their lunch money. So when I was doing the script for the video, I was playing around with the AI and I was able to get it to this point. So I can long press, drag, and I told the AI, hey, can you make it draggable? And it did it. And I also was like, hey, you forgot this button, you forgot that functionality. And it also it can do the draggable here. I just want to say that for Kotlin and Android, the files, even the room database, it's like 5 files. The navigation is only 3 files. It needs a home screen. It needs, I don't know what else I'm missing, but every time I add like some like room database, it's like 5 files, and that is to talk to like a different layer. So it's probably like 15 files just to do a simple to-do app, whereas in React Native is like 3 files. And also having so many files, it makes the code like so hard to understand,
and so like long. It's just like over engineer for Kotlin and whatever's Google whatever's Google is doing. It's so over engineer and over complicated. On my Android app, I was not able to make it drag without crashing. So I kept asking the AI. The AI would make it draggable, but then it would break on the room database itself. There's a unique ID, or there's a progression where the database needs to be a certain way, like an ID, but it kept breaking it. And with React Native, I was able to do it, tell the AI, and it was super easy. It already had a framework, it just implemented it. And with Android, it just lost. I kept telling it, hey, you're doing that, I'm getting this error, and it just like kept giving me the same results, and it's just going nowhere.